Outstanding coffee as usual. What's going on, tribe? Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So today I'm covering part 6. If you've tuned into the last several videos, I've covered the CHEK holistic lifestyle principles. If you haven't checked out those videos, go back and do so. We covered breathing, hydration, nutrition, movement, sleep, and today we're covering mindset. And again, all of these are each huge rabbit holes on their own, which if you've watched the videos, you can probably tell. It's sometimes hard for me to cut them short, but I'm gonna do my best just to cover the basics. So mindset, first off, yeah, if you're doing the other 5, it's gonna definitely help you your mindset, because it's gonna take a lot of stress off of your body to get your breathing right, get those hormones balanced, control cortisol, stay hydrated, eat good food, nutritional diversity, rotation, seasonal eating, getting that movement in, getting that recreational movement on the daily, but also getting that resistance training in and focusing on that sleep protocol. All these are going to help. And I'm going to tell you right now, if your internal dialogue is toxic, all those others will stall at some point. So it's really important to get our mindset. We like to say at the CHEK Institute, no stinkin' thinking. So remember to let those dark thoughts float on by like clouds. And we know right there, the fact that we can't observe their thoughts observe our thoughts. That's what you want to do. And if we can observe our thoughts, we know we're not our thoughts. Again, let me say that again, getting a little tongue twisted. It's not easy to talk on video. Much easier to talk to a real human, talk about stress, than it is talking to a camera. So anyway, I'm going to do my best, and not too many uhs and ums and all of that. Try to keep it concise. But one thing's for sure is that we want to observe our thoughts, and then we know we're not our thoughts. And just keep in mind that the body can't outperform the mind. So again, we want to work on that internal dialogue. And first we have to observe it and try to be aware of what's going on in there and notice certain things. But again, body can't outperform the mind. Again, you can do all those other steps, but if that internal dialogue is toxic, those things are going to stall. The thing is, our thoughts can trigger, especially if they're negative or worrisome or fear-based, can trigger a stress response. And then chronic stress dysregulates cortisol. And when you have cortisol dysregulation going on, it screws up all your other hormones. And a lot of us are dealing with that right now. Also causing digestive issues, inflammatory issues, and a lot of dysfunction within the body. So it's critical to get that mindset right and to work on our internal dialogue. Let's see. One thing that I like to do right out of the gate when I wake up in the morning, because we're just coming out of that sleep, hopefully you're sleeping well, is we have a couple minutes there before our whole day, everything we're thinking about, we're grabbing our phone, right onto our email. Try to take a couple minutes. I like to sit up in bed and just take a couple seconds to just kind of visualize my day. And who am I going to be today? And I set that intention and I feel that I'm going to have a good day, because checking in with your feelings are your true navigation system. That's really important to remember that. So take that morning time, set those intentions, then go down, check as many boxes you can out of the gate, get that hydration out of the way, do a little breath work. I do all that while my coffee's sitting in the French press and a couple sips of water. I sit right down, set my intentions, and in bed, but I also like to do a little bit later meditation before I leave to work. Again, and a language audit. So check with the way you're saying things to yourself, like a couple basic ones. Instead of saying I have to, say I choose to, and see how that affects the way you respond in your mind. So instead of I have to do this, I choose to do this. Very, very different internal dialogue, takes a lot of stress off the system. Another one is I'm not stressed out, I'm challenged. I'm challenged right now. I'm not stressed out. Totally different way of phrasing that to yourself, and you might have a completely different result. Really, really important to get that. And if your mindset is chaotic, again, your physiology is going to be chaotic. Really, really important to remember that. Master your mind, and it's a lot easier to master your body. So if you're having problems that area, having problems losing weight, having problems with all these other maybe little health issues, and you haven't checked in with that mindset, really important to do so. Again, let those dark thoughts float on by like clouds. Understand that negative thinking affects cortisol, stress hormone, and chronic stress can cause a lot of physiological issues. And also just try to be aware of, right now it's very, very interesting times. So I'm very, very curious. I like to go down multiple rabbit holes, but I try to also keep a balance because I really want to enjoy my day-to-day life. And it's really important because life, even with everything going on, it can be really easy to be afraid right now, to be worried. But that's the mindset you really want to try to get out of. Start with these simple steps. I hope that helped, guys. Finish up the week strong. Peace.